Change is my middle name. I like it. And you probably heard from the introduction. I started off in professional theater. I then went into the film industry in London. I then left London and I got into early multimedia when it was 12 slide projectors and a computer. I then broke into Hollywood, which is a completely different film industry than it is in London. When I was in Hollywood, I was actually asked to write an interactive movie for a group up at Stanford University that was doing interactive movies while riding cardiovascular gym equipment. So you're riding through a story on your bike, there's a movie screen in front of you, and depending on how well you're doing in your workout, the movie plot changes. And at that moment in time, I thought, wow, this world just put my engineering degree and my theater and film degree smack together, storytelling and problem solving, storytelling and design. So I moved into this interactive world. And then all of a sudden, this thing called the World Wide Web came out. I was like, oh, that kind of seems like this thing I'm starting to pursue. And so I started working in that. And then I worked for this company you might have heard of called Time Warner. And I was hired to write a tutorial for their interactive online on-demand TV system. And this was about 15 years earlier than now. And so no one knew how to build an online TV system, but I was supposed to write the tutorial for how it works. And the guy who was actually set to design how this whole interface was going to work in this new system decided that the World Cup was more important than making his deliverable. But I had $156 in my bank account. I decided to change careers. I had decided to move from Los Angeles up to the Bay Area. And all of a sudden, I have no money. And my contract to write tutorials for this program was that I only got paid when I made a deliverable. So one day, I had to figure out how I was going to get paid, so I sat down and I actually designed the system. And I brought in my deliverable afterwards, and I said, here's my tutorial, can I please get paid now? And they were so angry with me. They're like, you're not supposed to do this, this is someone else's job. I'm like, sorry. I had to get paid. And so what happened is I ended up getting hired to be the design lead on this project, because no one knew what designers were back then. My point is that you can continue to zig and zag through your life. You're not making a choice now for everything you want to do, but you are figuring out who you are so that you can figure out the things that make you happy, the things that you're going to be able to be successful at, the things that are going to help you, drive you through when you have $156 in your bank account.